We must discuss the market, its circumstances, and the present price in this video. What do we observe? Are we going to continue the ongoing feud outside? A lot has to be covered. You are necessary to me. To maintain my attention, I don't want you. To feel comfortable here, you must hear some powerful hands and some difficult hands. It is not finished. Bitcoin will undoubtedly decline again. Every coin will revert to its initial value. They will make an effort to free you. I swear before the bull run starts. I arrived here in 2017. I am aware of the tale. I am aware of the entire script. Understand how this will play out, then we will discuss the definition of BlackRock. Is there only going to be one XRP on the way? Seems reasonable to me, but let's dig deeper and discuss the SEC hack. An employee from XRP has joined Ripple, and you ought to hear some of these explanations now. Without further ado, have a seat. Let's jump into it. Bitcoin is currently trading at $42.72718 per USDT and USDC, just where you want to see it. XRP is a mean lean of 58 cents. In the last day, it has decreased by 3.62%. We truly want to stay over 56 cents if that doesn't happen, so we want to pay attention to the following level. We are operating in the 52-cent range. Should that break, we will return. As I get into my 40s, a lot of people will be upset about it on Twitter, and things will get out of control. However, keep in mind that this is only a short-term solution. In the long run, we're hoping for 6, maybe 7, or 10 XRP when I speak. Long haul, I'll tell you right now, people, I'm talking about 2024. In cryptocurrency, 11 months can seem like 11 years altogether. Market capitalization of cryptocurrencies, not bad for $1,695,000,000. We're not far from the $1.75 trillion target. As I already stated, we will attain 1.75 and then proceed to give in, Lux. Lions, the declarations I'm telling you right now, people, come on. If you do not currently hold an NFT, you should acquire multiples as soon as possible. XRPs can be accepted or credit cards can be obtained, and while you hold them, you will receive 30% of the monthly project revenue back into your wallet every month for the duration of the project for which you purchased your NFTs today. Even after 6 months, you continue to get payments. When this announcement is made, and it's under the legal team's control. For the time being, as everything mentioned after this needs to be approved. That's how big this announcement is. Is not an NFT project as usual. It is not. This was produced as an NFT project. Nearly a year ago, I set out with a vision for those who have followed me and participated in this project from the beginning. They have already recovered all of their investment and are simply sitting on profits every month from collecting the XRP that is dropped. There's always time. We're going to take off. You heard me when I said that the biggest project on the XRP ledger is coming up, and you would be kicking yourself if you didn't get in because you'll realize in a few months that Rip was correct. How come I ignored him? When these items cost just $165? You know, I'm just going to say, hey, I told you that, so here's the pin. People to tweet this is why I pinned these tweets. Target hit. This was released on January 10th. Alright, 3 days before that, I informed you what was going to happen. This was released on January 3rd, and we knew exactly what to do. I had advised you to remain strong when it was reached, and I had told you the next target was bingo. 48K hits. We are now getting ready for the fix. The bomb has been headed our way since the tweet was sent out. What has Bitcoin accomplished? 7.29% in the negative 42,000. It's not finished, it's getting lower. It's not over yet, guys. Hold on. Examine this closely and see what you can learn. Which ones are these? Digital MicroStrategy for Marathon's Coinbase. All of these stocks or businesses that own Bitcoin ETFs are collapsing on a global scale. It has decreased by 23% for Marathon Micro, 24% for Coinbase, and 17% within the last 5 days since this ETF's inception. XRP Jobs put this out for an XRP3 employee. Joins Ripple to oversee central bank business development. Digital assets and digital currencies, an insider report at A3. Mark Louis was able to establish an enterprise blockchain ecosystem. He continues to have a positive relationship with A3 and someone from the CL. Take a look at what he says. I'm excited to share that I've joined Ripple as a business development lead for digital assets and currencies issued by central banks. I would like to take a minute to express my gratitude for the past 6 incredible years at A3, during which I was able to pioneer the enterprise blockchain ecosystem and get to know a lot of wonderful individuals. Launching the Bitcoin ETF, traditional finance has heralded the arrival of the era of cryptocurrencies becoming widely accepted. XRP Ledger and Ripple's powerful enterprise blockchain solutions have been impressive for over a decade, processing billions of transactions and enabling businesses and individuals to move money quickly, securely, and definitively. As Ripple has shown, regulations and cryptocurrency innovations can coexist. In the contemporary worldwide digital economy and in the 10 years that have passed, XRP has never fallen outside of the top 10. He is crossing the river to take the lead in creating digital currencies issued by central banks. Why do we all know? I wonder. Where is this heading? Globally, CBDCs are operating on or using the XRP ledger. I think we are. Observing the same thing about these ETFs. What does it imply when we talk about ETFs and they talk about T2? 2 days is the typical settlement time, therefore, they will need to find a means to expedite these processes. What has XRP been up to? Been arranged for a quick, nearly instantaneous payout. That is incredibly inexpensive. Let's get right in, but bear with me on that one. The SEC team is now determining the extent of the event, although you should be aware that there is currently no proof that an unauthorized party gained access to any SEC systems, data devices, or social media accounts. What has taken place here? This person was a worker. There was no hack involved. This did not come from within. This person sent that authentication code to that phone using the SEC's internal system, to which they had access and were able to access the Twitter account. They were likely using a machine from which they don't typically log in, and Twitter responded by saying, "We don't recognize your device." Let's double check. As you mentioned, here's the phone number you know was entered into the missing digits. We will contact you. Enter the code. An employee released the news prematurely. This wasn't a hack. This wasn't a breach, rather, an employee, note my words, released the news and prematurely leaked it. It almost sounds like a small instance of market manipulation. This or the market, manipulation, not the correct term, corruption. When you saw the green candle that appeared, it appeared as though someone had stated the ETF was up and put out a long on Bitcoin. They are most likely closed since they anticipated this event. Suspicious, isn't it, that once it got out, the price would drop again? Since I've already demonstrated this to you, I believe it is now appropriate for us to switch to this Jack put this up. The head of BlackRock, Larry, is speaking on crypto about what he says here. I played this for you before he finished speaking. There's no denying that. Without a doubt, the other film I showed you is about how, if you have a bank in Japan, you also have a bank in the US, and both of them want to shift 100 billion, then that's 200 billion now. We need something that can move this money quickly because it is tied up. There isn't a single other cryptocurrency that has the liquidity, train infrastructure, partnerships, and instantaneous capability to accomplish what you can't. And I'm aware that some will say something like, I remember when this was fun. It's fantastic that this recently released cryptocurrency claims to be able to process 50,000 transactions in a second. Say whatever you want, but regardless of how many transactions you're doing in and of itself, if you don't have liquidity, I don't care what your coin can do if no one is using it and you are aware of what happened to it. Token that was the intended XRP. Murderer from earlier in 2018. It vanished, just like all these tokens are visible to you. These initiatives are eager to debut and present themselves as the next big thing. What you have on paper and what you are capable of are quite different. Listen, if I have the best idea here and no one is adopting it in the real world, I can implement it. Is there anyone who supports me? Is there a purpose for it? It implies that XRP is not battle-tested. People say that software is tried and true. Since Chad released this, you are starting to understand what XRP is. You are about to witness BlackRock and the rest of the world launch a brand new tokenized network of round-the-clock conventional finance. Atomic settlement via DTCC digital assets. All of this demonstrates how terrible cryptocurrency is when he spots it. We heard Ripple talk about this tokenized network, and this is all coming. Traditional finance is discussing atomic settlements around the clock. Nothing new has occurred. We have heard this repeatedly here. Once more, and the only thing they want to know is when it will happen now that the ETFs have been approved. We require a method. To accompany atomic settlement in his journey, people, you need to put this on the Bitcoin chart. I won't go overboard. If he agrees with me, he suggests that we might yet see a decline into the 30s before we resume cycle B, which would be comparable to the previous instance in which Bitcoin could reach $200,000.